Cleveland Clinic, Florida provides individualized treatment plans for excellent outcomes of health problems ranging from the most common to the most complex, even in cases considered untreatable by others. Cleveland Clinic, Florida. Every life deserves world-class care.
I'm appalled at what you said on that pod thing. It's disgusting.
This is the After the Show podcast. It's where we get honest and real with yo ass. So sit back, relax, have a blast, because it's time for the After the Show podcast.
Yeah, hello and welcome to the Monday KVJ After the Show podcast. Back here after the weekend. Virginia had a great time in Miami.
I did. I had so much fun.
Yeah.
I just had a tour guide. That's
awesome, yeah.
When you have somebody that knows everything about an area, and he was just teaching me all this stuff about Miami Beach, and he's a party planner, so he knows like all the cool party details, the stuff that's interesting and fascinating, and restaurants and real estate and all the deals.
Yeah.
I just love it.
Yeah, it's fun. I'm really excited for them to get the Bright Line fired up again because
yes.
Yeah, it is really great, and hopefully they're going to be making transit easier in Florida between Bright Line getting cranked back open. I know they're talking about even doing some different tri-rail lines to make it easier to get to different stations, and even that, I know they're moving ahead with Elon Musk's tunnel thing in Fort Lauderdale to get you east and west and over to the beach a lot easier and faster. So
the alien tunnel, yes.
Yes. Yeah, there's just so many great, places in South Florida to go, and I love going around checking out different little areas.
It really is fun. And don't forget to play tourist in your own little town.
Yeah.
Because we do the same things every day. You go to work, you go home, you go to work, you go to grocery, you go home. Like when you step outside of that, you remember, oh, yeah, people come here every single day that love it. This is where they vacation, and we're lucky enough to live here.
Yeah, no doubt. Yeah, there's a lot of good stuff. You don't have to go far to have a really great vacation. We love doing that, just popping off to another town, spending the night or the weekend there, and
explore.
Yeah, hang out in the bars.
That's what we would do growing up. We didn't have money to go on legit real vacations, so we would just go to a pool area and within like a community pool within town, and our parents.
You would break in a community pool that you were community.
There was this place called Caso Juno, and it was right down the street from us, and I think it was really, really cheap motels you could get for the night. And if you had the motel, you could use the pool. So my parents would act like, oh, we're going on vacation. We were only going 5 minutes up north just to go in a motel pool.
It's still a pool. When you're a kid, that's awesome.
You were staying at a different place.
Yeah.
There was a pool. It felt like a vacation to me.
Yeah.
It is. Yeah, no, it's legit exciting and fun to do. So, yeah, take advantage of that. So, I know Jaybird was putting together his movie over the weekend, too.
Our movie.
Okay.
It's KVJ, baby.
Mm-hmm.
Kevin's like, your movie.
Get out of here.
Well, I mean, he's, really taking the charge on it. There's no movie without the bird. Really.
I mean, he is Cheeseburg.
Kevin gave the performance of his fucking life the other day.
Oh, I did? Okay.
Yeah. It
All
looks
right.
real good. We're about done editing that scene. It looks real nice.
Really?
Like.
It's just popping off the screen, huh?
Yeah, unfortunately, we're still filming Virginia's parts.
Okay.
Oh, boy.
Still dealing with that, huh?
Not as easy to work with.
I only have her for 30 minutes today, 12 to 12:30. That's all I fucking got. So I got to get all of her shots with KVJ Nation.
Oh, my
Nobody
goodness.
can fuck this up.
That's going to be a challenge.
It's going to be challenging.
I got to go pick up Rocco from school today. I don't normally have to do that.
What time? So I still have you for 30 minutes, though?
Yeah.
But is it going to be like I'm trying to, dismantle a bomb kind of 30 minutes? Is that kind of energy I'm going to have? Which is always real fun in a creative environment.
I wish I could be more loose. Look, I want Rocco to ride the school bus, but I'm the only one in my family that wants Rocco to ride the school bus. Grandma wants him to be a carpool kid. My husband wants him to be a carpool kid. So
Does he, when he gets dropped off, does he get dropped off within your community behind the guarded fence?
no. So I would have to drive, I don't know, 3 minutes from where we live to get him picked up, where the bus would drop him off, as opposed to 20 minutes to drive to his school.
He's 6?
He's 6.
What are your thoughts on that?
You
6-year-old?
think 6 on the bus?
It's too young?
No, I think you do. I mean, when I was a kid, we had 6-year-olds riding the bus.
Back in the 80s, though, parents were really kind of assholes back then.
Parents were like, "You're good. You can ride the bus in pre-K."
Yeah, we don't care if the bus driver's smoking either.
No, they didn't, yeah. I think I remember that. I think there were a couple of bus drivers that smoked.
There was bus drivers that were hammered.
They were probably smoking and drinking.
Absolutely. Oh, I know for a fact there was a few bus drivers that was hitting the old hooch.
Yeah.
You deal with your kids. You know how rough they can be.
Dude, back then, I don't think people gave a fuck.
No.
Yeah, so
I'm with you if it's controlled to where there's a teacher bringing the kid on the bus, and then when they drop him off, there's someone right there to pick him up. I get it. They're afraid of kidnappers.
yeah, and they just don't think he's old enough to ride the bus, and I think he is. And I just said, all right, if you guys can handle it and you guys can set it all up and take care of it, great. So Panda drops him off in the morning, and then Grandma picks him up in the afternoon. But, Grandma is getting up there, and it's hard for Grandma. And there's now a lot of days when Grandma can't do it.
It's so crazy. Every time I go to Denny, I usually head to Denny's house around the same time. And I'm going southbound on Military Trail, which it's ridiculously busy. And the smallest little girl is walking every single she cannot be older than 5 years old or maybe 6.
Yeah.
And she's just too small, man. Anybody could pick this kid up on such a busy road. It's the first thing I think of going, there's no adults around her, and she's walking every day on this busy ass road.
Mm-hmm.
It just really stands out to me.
Yeah, no, I wouldn't put Rocco in that scenario.
But I'm even reading some of the comments. People go, I walked from school when I was 5.
Yeah.
Some people do.
Yeah. It's a different era. People have a different take on it. I think more than anything else, back then society was like, yeah, of course, that's what we do. Now, people are like, oh my gosh, you're the worst parent ever, and you would probably be locked up.
Well, when a little kid's that small, walking by themselves on a road that busy, it does stand out to you.
That looks weird, and someone should actually say something.
Well, then what do I do? I go pull over. Hey, kid. Just
follow her home.
Yeah, and all of a sudden, so why are you with this kid, Jaybird?
Confront her parents.
I'm here just to make sure she's okay. Okay, buddy. That's what that's what they all say.
Why do you have Cool Whip?
Yeah, I'm just here to make sure the well-being of the child's fine. That's what they all say in those Chris Hansen specials.
She's a trap. She's not actually 5. She's actually 40, and she's just a little person. And they got her looking like she's just left kindergarten.
Mm-hmm. Other things going on over the weekend. Did Oktoberfest. That was the first time I've ever been out there. It was a great time.
Oh, I love Oktoberfest.
Yeah,
that was your first time?
Yeah, first time. I know. It's odd because, we do so many events, and there's still, again, to that point, of places that I'm like, how have I not been there? How have I not done that?
Yeah, there's a lot of things in Delray I haven't really gotten to. I know we've been a part of before, but I just, for some reason, haven't really done the Delray scene. And I know you really like it out there.
Yeah, we spent a lot of time in Delray and South County and all the way down through Lauderdale. That's kind of our family stomping ground.
It's one of those things that just never, for some reason, I just never get down there. But every time I go down there, I go, this is really nice out here.
It is.
Delray Marketplace will blow your mind.
Yeah, I've never been.
Yeah, it's amazing, and I think you'd be cool going in. I think.
Yeah, I'll be fine. I'm drinking, having a good time. I'll be fine.
Yeah, have a couple cocktails. Yeah, I think you like Delray because it's not really a lot of tall buildings.
That's true.
Yeah.
It's smaller structure.
Good little spot for you.
If I'm drinking, it doesn't really matter what the bill. It's all about just going in there sober.
Right.
That would be the struggle. But if I got a nice buzz going, let's go. I want to go to the Big Apple. Danny's got me all jacked up with this pizza.
Okay.
I would love to go to New York to go.
If you can tackle New York, baby.
If I'm with the witch, Suits wants to go too. We should really think about doing a trip up there. And my goal would just to go and try to go do 5 of the best pizza places up there. I would love to do a pizza tour in New York City.
Christmas in New York is beautiful.
It is.
Now, I don't know how much of the normal fanfare is muted because of COVID. It is a different place because of COVID.
I just want to go where the food is at, where all because I know New York's big with the food. I just want to hit the pizza pizza places that everyone loves.
The
top
best
5.
I think you're gonna love Little Italy. It's
Yeah.
one street, Mulberry Street, and all it is Italian places.
Billy Joe always talks about Mulberry Street.
And then right next to that is Chinatown, where me
Talks
and
about that,
Denny's
too.
would love it because there's so much amazing Asian food.
Just to go to New York for food would be fucking awesome.
I agree.
A weekend or 3 days, the whole purpose is to get fat.
We'll do one of those stupid double-decker bus tours too, just because you have to. It's
Yeah,
your first time.
I would love it. I think it'd be great if you could come. If we all could do it together.
Yeah.
I know it's a pipe dream, but it would be fun.
I'm due. It's been like 7 years since I've been
We
back.
could dress up like the characters from Sex and the City and recreate some of those scenes.
Yeah, RJ Dunn says, Jaybird, how would you deal with all the tall buildings? Well, it would just be a party weekend for me. I'd get
You'd have to
buzzed.
be hammered a little bit.
I wouldn't be hammered. I just have to have a steady buzz going on.
Okay.
which I could do that.
That's
RJ.
doable.
Yeah.
That's very doable. Yeah, it's a lot of fun. New York's a great city.
When's the last time you've been there?
7 years.
7 years.
I was there in 2014.
Was that for radio?
No, family went up. I can't remember what the whole deal was, but I remember the World Cup was going on. That's why I remember the year. I know that my wife and oldest son, Colin, they went to an off-Broadway because he was into the theater stuff, so they did that. I can't remember where the hell my daughter was. And then my son Ken and I were like at a BW3s or something like that watching World Cup. And he was watching Dad get drunk. It's a great time for kids.
He's got his New York story.
Yeah. Good time, huh? Got some other stuff from over the weekend. I guess the Kiss concert was a bust, Paula wrote. Lightning all around. It's really excited to see them. Did not happen. I guess they've somebody in the chat room said maybe they reschedule for early November. So apparently that didn't go down on Friday. So hopefully Kiss
That
is
would
still alive
suck.
by then.
Did people get down there and they canceled it then, or was it canceled hours before?
Yeah, it
That
just
would
said
suck.
my daughter won tickets, gave them to me. But we're going to try again with Jimmy Buffett. Hopefully that one will work. Yeah, I don't know when it got canceled, but it was, the storms on Saturday
I'd
were
be pretty
insane.
pumped if both Kiss and Jimmy Buffett got canceled.
I'd be pretty sad if I had to go to Kiss and Jimmy Buffett.
It's a rough bill.
I know different strokes for different folks, but boy, that'd be rough.
The Naps, they told me that I am wrongfully making Jimmy Buffett shittier than what they said. I need to go on a deep dive with Jimmy Buffett. He's got some really good stuff.
The Naps are so sweet. They like everything. I don't think the Naps have ever in their lives talked shit about anything or anyone.
Oh no, they did. They were talking shit about you.
Let me see. Got an email here from Stacy today on Think Fast. She said, I got to call out Virginia. You asked for an NFL team that starts with the letter B, and she went with Boston.
I don't know what I was thinking.
She's like, Buffalo, hello?
I know.
Panda's so disappointed.
I blew it.
Did the Bills play this? Did they win?
They did.
Okay.
So there was a rain delay in the Bills game. They played the Kansas City Chiefs last night. And so the game didn't end till like 2 a.m. before Panda got to bed. But the Bills won. And so all is good in my house.
So I don't watch that much football, but I just feel like there's a lot of stories this year of kickers fucking up. Is this true?
Oh, it was crazy yesterday. Yeah, it was really bad. There were so many extra points that were missed, and I was watching going back and forth in the Packers and Cincinnati Bengals game.
Nobody could make a kick.
And,
That's something.
yeah, the Packers kicker, I think, missed 3 in a row. Bengals kicker, missed 2.
So
It was just-
when you're the kicker after, because I remember in baseball, if I was having a shitty game, for example, if I had 3 at-bats and I struck out all 3 at-bats, I'm not really pumped about going up that 4th time.
Yeah.
Like, this is just a shitty day. If you're that kicker and you've already missed 2 big field goals, are you already shitting bricks on that 3rd one going,
Oh, yeah.
oh, fuck, I cannot go over 3. Everyone's watching.
Yeah, no, I think it massively gets in your head, and it's not fair to the kicker, but the win or loss, they'll pin a lot of it or almost all of it on you, be it going, hey, you guys could have maybe played better defense, not let up those 48 points.
You can do that with anything in life, but if you're the last motherfucker that
That's
has
it.
the
That's all
chance
they
to
remember.
do it,
You're the
yeah.
guy that had the chance to win it for us, and you blew it.
Well, Bill Buckner got so much shit for
Yeah.
his error. I always talk about Bill Buckner with the Mets, but if you really look at that
Pick
game,
apart that entire game.
there was so much that went wrong. It's not all Bill Buckner's
Right,
fault.
but he's the one that got it pinned on his chest.
His old ass shouldn't have been out there anyway.
Yeah. So, yeah, that does happen. That was going on a lot this weekend with the NFL. Somebody said with KISS, they came out at 10 o'clock on stage and said that they were moving it to November 5th.
Oh, they never even got like any musical notes out?
Apparently not.
And did Paul come out and give the announcement? And when he gave the announcement, did he do it all energetic? We're going to be back on November. You know how he does that to get the crowd fired up?
I would imagine they had somebody else announce it. I can't imagine that they came out. But, yeah, if somebody in the chat room did KISS actually come out. Because the thing that would suck for them, they do their own makeup. I think it takes them like 2+ hours to put on their makeup. So imagine you've put on your makeup and spent 2 hours doing that. And they're like, sorry, guys, show's not happening tonight. You're like, oh, that sucks.
That sucks.
Yeah. And you're putting on makeup for the 8 millionth time?
Yeah, that's a lot of makeup.
Yeah.
Just to have to clean it off again.
Right.
They were pumped when they took off the makeup. I just watched that video recently where KISS the first time reveals what they looked like. It was on MTV.
Yeah.
It's a bizarre video. The whole thing, it was like 7 minutes long. It's awkward. Gene Simmons is weird.
Gene, put the makeup back on.
Man.
You're hideous.
He looks like he wanted to crawl through the fucking camera screen and do horrific things to my body. He just had a look of, I'm going to take you.
I don't know. I didn't know you were his type.
I just didn't like the way he had a beast-like look.
He had the whole persona. The demon is what the Gene with the makeup on is supposed to be. But the problem that he had was he maintained the persona without the makeup. And so now he just came across as like a creeper.
Yeah, what he would do is he does this thing. Guys do it sometimes, but guys that they think they're sexy and they're not. They try to give girls sexy eyes. They do like a bedroom eye kind of thing, almost like he's having sex with you through his eyes, and that's what he's doing. And it looks.
He has a rapist glaze.
It's a rapist look. He's got a glaze of a rapist. Yes,
and somebody need to say, "Hey, Gene, you're not the demon anymore without the costume on." It would be like somebody acting, dressing up for Halloween, and they put on an act that goes along with the costume, and then at Monday at work, they're still acting the same way without the costume. You'd be going, what the fuck, Ted?
It has the offender vibe going on. That video, look it up. Look at him how he's in the camera.
Yes. He's got rapey face.
He's got rapey face.
And he doesn't have the makeup on. And so he would do that as the demon. And you're like, oh, okay, I get it. It's kind of his thing because it's a persona. It's an act that he's doing, but he took it off and now he's just a dude who just has rapist face. And you're like, stop it, man.
I never, you always hear the term skin crawl. I could really my skin starts to crawl.
Yeah, he needed an intervention. Say, hey, let's maybe drop the demon act.
Tone it down, Gene.
Yeah, without the makeup on, let's not go that route. Yeah, you're not in costume anymore, dog. Yeah, somebody said the person that came out and made the announcement got booed so bad on Friday. That's tough.
You can't go out there and give the bad news.
Well, don't go out there and give it. Just get on the mic, stay backstage, give the news. Nothing good's going to happen for that person standing in the middle of the stage.
You're going to catch an Ace Frehley 8x10 off the head.
Let it be just that, what they call that is the voice of God. Let it be the voice of God that does it.
Or the voice of the demon.
The voice of devil.
That's right. Doug had sent an email. He said, hey, Kevin, the next time that people complain about you guys drinking, especially Jaybird, I might point out a defense. In a book by Edward Slingerland called Drunk, he argues that intoxication was the thing that drove humans to civilization. It was beer that was made back then, not bread. You talked about a 4,000-year-old vat at one site. Well, at Göbekli Tepe, a settlement close to 12,000 years old, there are several large vats for beer. This has been confirmed by scientists. The intoxicants, including marijuana, have been used since our days as foragers, and the relaxed states that they gave us is what allowed us to live in cities and create civilization. I have a blog post which gives more complete description, or just pick up Slingerland's book. So pick up your glasses and salute the stuff that made us civil.
Yeah, I think there's a fine line between drinking and having a good time and then getting blacked out drunk. Blacked out drunk obviously is not very good for anybody. But you always bring up that one thing that stayed with me is you get into a creative space where you're relaxed, you're happy, and you want to do something creative. And it really is about a beer and a half or two drinks or between
it's pretty much about two drinks.
For me is my happy fun area, and after that you get a little bit more.
You get more than four, then you just come kind of sloppy. But
I can see how it does make people a little bit more relaxed and creative.
Yeah, it sounds like maybe Kiss is the one that came out on stage. Grant said they had the balls to face the fans. Give them cred for that.
Wow.
Okay.
So it was them, not just some dude.
Gene's
I guess
got
that's
balls.
respectable. I guess that is respectable. Say, hey, look, yeah, we hate the news. We can't control the weather. So, interesting.
They were so pumped. Like, oh gosh, let's go get a steak and go to bed. They're so happy. They got to be sick of performing.
I don't think Paul is. I think Paul wants to keep going.
You're right.
That dude, it's like, dude, give it up. And
Gene's cool with maybe taking a hiatus.
Yeah. Got Lindsay here said you were talking about the Halloween After the Show podcast where you guys got blasted. I think it was in 2015 when Kevin and Jaybird got shit-faced. I'd love to rewatch it, but I can't find it anywhere on YouTube. Can you repost it?
It should be on YouTube. I don't know why it wouldn't be. There's a lot of YouTube to go through, so.
Okay.
Sometimes it's weird. You can type in an exact title of a video and it will not come up on YouTube.
Yeah, search engine stuff, it's very frustrating, especially when you know you have the exact title right and it's not coming up.
There's several things I know the exact title is right, even with the spacing, and it just will not come up. And
Why is that?
The algorithm, for whatever reason, it gets in an algorithm that fucks you over.
It's so weird
It is
because
weird.
you know it's there, you need it, and it won't give it to you, and then you'll go look for it again at a different time or date, and then you can find it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's
always
very
when-
odd.
it's
I
always
don't
when
understand.
It's always too when someone's asking you, like a boss, can we see that one? I got it right here.
Yeah, I know I've seen it on YouTube, and then you can't even find it.
You're like, oh, fuck, I don't have it.
That is kind of messed up how it does that to you. I noticed Google, like the Gmail, will eat emails in that same fashion. And you're like, I knew it was there. And then it's just gone.
Gmail's the worst trying to find stuff. It's so tough. I can never find anything on Gmail. And you're like, I know this is the exact title of it. And it just, the search engine on Gmail's terrible. Got an email here from Summer Scroggins.
Scroggins, I swear to God. That's not me writing it.
Scroggins.
It's not a made-up name I made up.
Yeah, she said, where's the best place to go to look at Halloween lights and decorations? I'm in Hope Sound, looking for somewhere Jupiter or the Gardens area. I've got 2 small kids. Would love to drive through some cool neighborhoods to show them.
Does the Heights bring
look
it?
at
Yeah.
Christmas decorations. Yeah, the Heights in
The
Jupiter.
Heights in Jupiter
Yeah.
brings it. Abacoa does a good job, too.
Yeah, absolutely. That's a nice little area neighborhood, and that's right off of I-95 for you.
That's pretty cool that other people do that. I thought that was a Pennington tradition until I started hearing other people talk about how it was a big thing to drive around the neighborhood looking for Halloween decorations or Christmas lights. We loved to do that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so that's something to check out. Talking about Hope Sound, too, I guess I went there on Saturday morning with the Mexican Queen. There was a cross-country meet at Pine School that was there.
Oh,
so
yeah.
yeah.
I know where that is.
Yeah, nice little school. Very nice.
It's a very beautiful school.
But as I was there, I'm like going, I don't think I've ever been to Hope Sound. And
Oh, you got to go to like Harry and the Natives.
we went by there, and it was only, I don't know, probably 10:45 in the morning, and it was packed.
That's where Rocco had his rock concert. Was Harry and the
It
Natives.
looked really cool.
They have a cool stage. It's like a giant tiki. The food is yummy.
Yeah.
It's got a chill vibe.
It looked awesome. I was like, I got to get back here and try this out. But Hope Sound looked like a lovely, peaceful little town. I just couldn't believe it. In 22 years, I'd never really been there.
Yeah, there's a lot to do in that little area. It's all chill, though. You would like the vibe.
Okay. Got an email here saying a few weeks ago, Jaybird mentioned that some delivery services are better than others on average. He didn't name names because he wanted to avoid potential drama. What if Jaybird made delivery service review videos for OnlyFans users? Kind of like maybe the unboxing videos of what he orders versus what he receives.
Oh, the paid content, the real sexy stuff.
And also discuss the delivery times. I would love to know his thoughts because I know he's out there doing the work.
The one thing I will say, not to sound like a bragger, I don't know of anybody that orders more delivery food than I do.
Yeah.
I really don't. I'll do it twice a day sometimes, depending on what's going on. And I do know the systems well. I'm not trying to start a delivery war here, but yeah, we can get Virginia to get a drink or two in me, and I'll give you all the details for free.
Mm-hmm. And Angie had said, I love supporting local business, but when I got a house full of teenage boys, you got to be selective when it comes down to budget. So hats off to Domino's with your new budget-friendly knots and dip. We opted for the marinara cheese dip with Parmesan knots. Let me tell you, it was so good.
Yeah, anytime we bring up commercial pizza stuff like a Domino's or a Pizza Hut, people give us such shit, but we all know they have their moments where they have moments of greatness.
I think Domino's has been doing a great job. We go to the one in Tequesta because they built this whole thing just for kids where there's like steps that go up and there's a plexiglass thing and kids can stand up there and watch them make the pizza.
Yeah,
and Rocco is fascinated by that, and they built it this way. It's like a kid, like a landing deck for kids to watch the whole process, and I think it's so smart.
I love mom and pop pizza, but there's a place in the world for your Pizza Huts, your Domino's, your little Caesars, your Papa John's. When it's done to the best of their ability, if you hadn't had Domino's in a long time, you walked into someone's house and it was right there and it was on point, you're gonna have a good experience.
If you like thick pizza, that Domino's pan pizza is good.
Pizza Hut too, when they do it right, it can be delicious.
Yeah.
Although it can make it a little farty, but it's very delicious.
Got Karen here with an email. Said, I just want to make sure that Denny's is on a multivitamin. Certain nutritional deficiencies like magnesium create weird, sudden food cravings. Just a thought, but I'm sure I'm not the first to suggest this. He was talking about his sweets craving the other day, and Bird was getting him going. He's eating candy bars, and they moved on to the tarts. He said, yeah, maybe check with that. I know a lot of people are thinking maybe Jen is pregnant. He's got sympathy sweets cravings.
Well, she's at this point now, she's about 4 months pregnant because my man's been on a run for a while.
Yeah.
I think she's about 2 years pregnant because I've been hearing the rumors for a while that she's pregnant.
But with the sweets things, I think whenever I got COVID, that's when Denny's really started getting into the sweets. That wasn't 4 months ago. That was a couple months ago, right? COVID Bird?
That was August, was it not?
August, yeah.
Beginning of August? Yeah.
Yeah, you really fucked up our August.
Okay. Fuck out of here.
And this is odd, too. Somebody said, I want to share what I'm going through with COVID, day 2 right now. I thought Bird was crazy when he was eating all those unhealthy foods when he lost his sense of taste and smell. I thought, wow, I wish I'd lose my sense of smell and taste. I'd eat nothing but steamed veggies till my taste came back. And I thought for sure I'd barely even want to eat anything if I couldn't taste or smell. Well, here I am, no taste or smell, and I find myself eating like crazy. It's like nothing can satisfy your hunger since you can't taste. So it's like I'm chasing that flavor satisfaction. I had to stop myself and force myself to go to bed. I cannot possibly get COVID and gain weight.
Yep.
Here's an FML. My whole household has COVID. I made soup for dinner and lost my sense of smell and taste in the process, so I had no idea what the finished product tastes like, and I didn't get to enjoy it.
Wow.
Yeah, the same thing happened to me. I would say around day 5 or 6, my hunger came back, I feel like. And you're craving stuff you normally do,
Yeah.
and then you go to eat it, and you're like, fuck. I made the analogy before. It's like being horny and shooting your load and go, wow, I didn't feel a damn thing. I'm horny. I
Yeah.
know I just came, but
Yeah.
I didn't feel a fucking thing. That's what it's like.
I bet there's something to it because,
Too
the
much?
way the...
Too much.
Yeah.
Seriously.
Yeah.
Don't you ever look at me again and say, I just came.
I'm doing it as a shorthand, but so people understand.
Shorthand, huh?
The first time I said that, I got the same look.
that how you
Short
came?
hand, short dick.
I'll start using that analogy. I'll stop, I should say.
Yeah, they actually might be connected. I had heard that, your brain and your stomach, everything works together to let you know how much you need to eat and when to stop. And the reason why we do desserts kind of started back in the caveman days was it signals to your brain the sweet. It triggers the nerve centers to let you know that you're done eating. That's why dessert became a thing, the sweetness. And then a lot of times they would just eat berries.
Yeah.
That's what the cavemen did, but it would signal to your stomach that, okay, you had enough food, time to turn it off, you're done eating. And that's how dessert, the sweet part, started happening after the meals because it signals to your brain, you're done.
I have the same thing my mom had. She would always complain about how she would get the sweet aches, where her body was aching for something sweet, like a donut or a pie. And I get the same thing. My body will ache. It's usually after 8 p. And I go, I'm full. I don't really need to eat, but fuck, I could really use some kind of a cake or a pound cake of sorts.
Yeah.
My body doesn't even want it, it needs it.
Yeah. It's because you become addicted to it. Sugar is addictive, and so because it fires off the pleasure centers of the brain.
I get a lot of
and
pleasure.
just like with smoking or alcohol or any drugs, it does the exact same thing. So it is. You've conditioned your body to say, need some sugar.
You're an addict, bruh.
It's
Yeah.
weird too. Sometimes I'll fall asleep. I'll have those weird naps where I only go under for about 10 minutes, and then I'll wake up. So that'll happen like at 10 p. I'll fall asleep, wake up at 10:10, hungry like I've been starved. I've been a hostage for 10 days, yearning for that sweet. Then I'll go in the refrigerator and just fuck up some sweets, and it'll kind of,
feed the beast.
feed the beast. But it's those little weird naps when I wake up where I really want to fuck it up.
Okay.
Ooh. But what is that?
You kind of sound like Gene Simmons.
Instead of lick it up, you're fuck it up.
Fuck it up.
Fuck it up.
I
And
just
he's got kind of that rapist face on right now.
And you
except he's-
see a guy in a pizza costume look back like scared and run from you.
Yeah.
I just really love food.
I know you do.
I love it.
We know.
Joanna sent an email. She said, hey, I've listened for years. I'm written in the show many times. Today I'm asking a question of Kev. I lost a lot of weight in the last 2 years, and I'm someone that works out 4 to 5 days a week and eats healthy. However, I still struggle with losing the last 15 to 20 pounds. I've done some research about fasting. I know, Kev, you've done that before. I was thinking about doing the 5-2 fasting, 5 days of normal eating, 2 days of only one meal per day. I've never done this before, but from what I've read, it may help me, and I want to see if it will work. Kevin, did you find that fasting was hard and tough to maintain? Would love to get your perspective and any tips. Yeah, I started doing it too. Several things I had read was, one, as you get older, you need less calories. And I had heard people trying the fasting, and I decided to try it myself. And so, yeah, I typically do. I try to give a good 14 to 16 hours between meals to give my body time to digest, because I'd heard that when you always have food in your stomach, your body is sending blood and it's focusing on digesting food. So other things you need to do in your brain and clearing out cobwebs and things like that, it's not happening because your body is too busy processing food. So give your body time to work on other parts and repairing cells in other parts of your body rather than worry about digesting food. Amazingly enough, I really don't get that hungry in that time. So when it's time to eat, I'm like, oh, okay, that's right. I have to look at the clock and be like, oh, that's right, I need to eat. It's not that hunger is overpowering me. And that's the odd thing about fasting.
But you got into that rhythm. In the beginning, I think hunger is going to be a little bit of an issue.
It might be.
You might have to battle through it a little bit.
When I did it, it was really easy for me. I was really surprised how easy it was to
that's 'cause
kind of get into it.
You're perfect and you're disciplined. You do everything right.
I'll get that teenage hunger where I feel like I'm 17 years old and I can eat a whole fucking house full of 9 microwavable cheeseburgers.
Yeah.
But it's weird. I don't always have that hunger.
Yeah.
It's odd. Some days you wake up and you go, I'm going to fuck up some food today.
Yeah.
What is that? Chemistry?
I think it's a lot of it is hormones and biology.
The
and where are you in your cycle and your rhythms and the moon?
The fucking moon out there?
You know that moon controls your
I
ass.
do think the moon has got something. I mean, it wouldn't shock me if it did have something to do with people's chemistry.
Look how it controls the tides.
Yeah.
You are a man made of a lot, but a lot of water
So
too.
the moon
So the moon has no control over you.
Yeah, the
Whatever.
moon controls the tides, but oh no, it has nothing to do with controlling people's moods. Fuck you.
Yeah, fuck you, moon.
Yeah, and you too, Mel.
Fuck Mel and fuck the moon.
Yeah, I think what helps with the fasting is just finding whatever your rhythm is and kind of sticking to a schedule. Your body likes a schedule. So I pretty much eat about the same time all the time. And when I'm regular like that, my body knows what's going on and it's easier to do. If I have maybe I'll do 2 days of the fasting and day 3, I just kind of feel like my energy's lacking. I have some nuts. And I'll eat that to kind of give me a little bit of energy to make it through. So that's kind of what I'm doing. So everybody has kind of a model. Some people do 18 off 6 hours where they only eat in a 6-hour window. I'm not really on that. Like I said, I just try to give myself about 14 to 16 hours of digestion and then eat again in that time. So
It sounds pretty awful.
yeah, it's not bad. It worked.
The
It worked a
juice
lot for
works
me.
too.
No, when you get in a rhythm of like how you're doing and you reset your body, it does.
Yeah.
I've done it before too, and it does. You don't get as hungry as you once did.
No.
You can
But
chill
it
yourself.
takes a few days. You got to work out the sugar cravings, especially if you're a person that used to enjoy, lots of sugar or caffeine, and then you just stop. Your body's going to be a little bit pissed at you.
It did
You're
it
going to have
me.
headaches.
October of Death. I really cut everything out, and if you're gonna do that, cut it out minimally. Do kind of small
Stages.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, and I would try to find something that works for you. I think everybody kind of has their body's different, and so you can experiment with different modes of fasting because everybody's got. I can do the 5-2. I do the 18-6. I do the what? Okay, so everybody's got their own little thing.
But
so.
start small and forgive yourself if you're not perfect.
Yep.
If you start with smaller goals in the beginning, they're easier to reach. And then as you do it more, make your goals bigger.
Nothing's worse than getting full on a meal followed by guilt. Don't be so hard on yourself. Enjoy the meal. If you're gonna fuck up, just accept you fucked up and then move on.
Fuck it up.
Don't live in the guilt world. You're not gonna do it. You're not doing any good. I'm talking to myself, by the way.
I don't know. A little guilt is good.
Well, of course, a little guilt.
We had our South Florida's favorite Halloween candy poll that was on the E-Blast. It went out on Friday. If you'd voted on that, Reese's Peanut Butter Cups, by far, that is the most popular. In fact, I saw candystore.com. They came out the most popular Halloween candy by state. Reese's Peanut Butter Cups, #1 in Florida. That was finally a list where I'm like, okay, they finally got it right.
Okay,
Yeah.
you're
Yeah.
listening to us.
Yeah, you were talking about the right thing. It wasn't Jolly Ranchers or something stupid like
Sweetheart
that that they tried to
So
tell us it
annoying.
was.
Jolly
Yeah.
Ranchers.
Yeah, Twix, Snickers, 2 and 3, but way in the rearview mirror. It was 35% for Reese's Peanut Butter Cups, 13% for Twix, and 8 for Snickers.
Yeah, if I'm doing a trick, if I'm going to be giving out candy, which I am, I feel good with giving these out to the people. Snickers, I feel good about giving out Twix. I
Yeah.
feel good about giving the Reese's Peanut Butter Cups.
Yeah.
There's 4 to 5 candy bars, universal, I think that you can give out and you get the respect of your community.
Yeah, and if you want to see that list to get an idea of what South Florida says their favorites before you buy your Halloween candy, just go to kvjshow.com. You'll find it about 3 pages down there.
If you are giving out mints for Halloween, you deserve to get your ass egged.
Okay, it might happen.
Just your ass, though.
Just your ass.
Your house will be fine.
Yeah,
But we're going to
your
get that
ass.
ass.
Tomorrow, Tuesday, we got another round of Do It Bitch. Coming up.
Do it, bitch.
What's our punishment tomorrow?
I think tomorrow we decided it's the losing team has to feed each other with their feet.
Okay. Cereal, spaghetti,
Whatever you want, baby.
hot soup.
Okay.
Hot soup.
Hot soup could be great. Gonna burn that twat.
There was also something that
We're not pouring it on the twat.
No, I'm saying it would spill. Private part, I should have said. Well, if you're feeding me. Look, if you're feeding me a hot bowl of soup, and
It's going to get on your
It
twat.
would go, if I had a twat, it would fall on my twat. Or penis, whatever you're comfortable with. Insert joke there.
I'm not comfortable with penis or twat.
nobody wants any scalded privates.
I have dropped soup on my private dick before, and it is
Your private
Private
dick?
dick.
You have one that's private, one that's public?
Which one's bigger?
It is. It's not a good. It's not a good run. It's not a good feeling.
Hellman's also did something that maybe you could consider over the weekend. They got people on Twitter all up in an uproar. They suggested putting mayonnaise in your coffee. I don't know if anybody wants to try a mayonnaise coffee tomorrow.
Disgusting.
That's really
awful.
gross.
That is really gross. Maybe the losers could knock down a cup of mayonnaise coffee.
Oh, what was that one thing we all thought it was gross? It was a bowl of grape nuts, but instead of milk, it was going to be ketchup.
Oh, yeah,
that's
grape
gross,
nuts and
too.
Hunts. Could do that too.
Grape nuts and Hunt. That I would fucking hate that punishment.
Yeah, you could do a.
Awful.
That is, you have to finish the whole bowl.
Maybe you feed each other grape nuts and ketchup with your feet.
You don't want to do this feet thing.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't, but
How do you keep on bringing up feet? Let's do it. I'm
Yeah.
ready to
I
do
don't,
it.
I don't care.
Do it, witch.
I'm
I'm
just
ready.
trying to think for the video of paying off the punishment. I think the foot thing would be funny.
Yeah, whatever y'all want to do, just know this bitch will be here ready to do it.
Okay. All right. That's
Do
the name
it,
of the game.
bitch.
All right. Tomorrow on the KVJ show, we will see you then. Have a great Monday.
Cleveland Clinic, Florida provides individualized treatment plans for excellent outcomes of health problems, ranging from the most common to the most complex, even in cases considered untreatable by others. Cleveland Clinic, Florida. Every life deserves world-class care.